Hi, this is Marc Sperling for T3 Live. One of the most frequent questions I get asked going into December is, are we going to get a Santa Claus rally? Good question. Who knows? Well, the fact is, what is happening in this tape? What characteristics do we have going on? First thing we have to talk about certainly is the fiscal cliff. With that not being solved, that does put a hamper or a little bit of a damper on whether we're going to get that Santa Claus rally. If nothing's solved, if we go over, we're obviously going to probably go down and falter a little bit. When it gets solved, we probably would have run up into that move. So the question is, what do you do and how do you take advantage of the Santa Claus rally? And what is the Santa Claus rally? Well, it's been going back to 1940, where every December, a lot of the times, investors don't like to take their gains that particular year for tax time. So the big winners, quite frankly, they hold on to so they don't have to pay the capital gains. And a lot of times the losers, they sell the stuff that really has underperformed in the tape. So they obviously can take their capital losses and reduce some of their taxes. With the fiscal cliff, with some different tax ramifications come into play this year, with Obama being reelected, things have changed a little bit. The playbook's a little different. Right now, a lot of times the winners in the last month and a half since the election have faltered. People have taken profits. Special dividends in companies are getting paid this year due to possible tax ramifications the following year. Is it over yet? And now can we just look for the Santa Claus rally to come and free and clear? The answer is probably no, but the whole key is what you look for, what characteristics is this market telling us, and follow the footprints on what stocks seem to be reacting and what do I think is going to happen over the next few weeks. The reality is, I'm not sure if we're going to get the fiscal cliff is going to get solved, but I do think we're going to rally. I think there's an underlying bid to this market, understanding we just took an oversold reading off the table, and the market is handily staying above key moving averages. What's working? Well, some of the leadership that we had all year, Apple, Google, Amazon, they seem to be wavering. Certainly, Apple's a little bit of a broken stock, so we'll see how it reacts towards the end of the year. I still think it can generate some sort of rally, but technically it's not backing that thought process up. What I see happening is stuff that has been beaten down, whether it's this year or for the past few previous years, have really come to fruition and have woken up. Let's go down the list of a few stocks that I would continue looking at that I think are actually going to continue to give you nice moves into the year. And I do believe we've already gotten some decent percentages. I don't think they're done yet. Let's start with the first one. I've been talking about this since about $8, RIMM. Why? No one's selling it for tax reasons. Maybe a few people got a few tax winners the last month and a half. No one's taking their profits based on that for the most part. I think the stock is still, regardless of the fundamentals, technically it looks like it could get to $14, and you pull up your weekly chart, it still looks good, and on all time frames, it's healthy. It's a stock people and investors and technicals match up saying it's going higher. Another stock that has moved a little bit and it's had good earnings, heavily shorted. Again, one of the keys or characteristics is heavily shorted stocks. GMCR, another stock, heavily shorted, beat earnings expectations, trying to find a new base at a new level. There's going to be no tax selling at this point in time. I think it's another stock that needs to be on people's radar. HPQ, no tax selling, had the bad news out there. It's one of those that seems to be trying to find some footing. Again, they might not have the best fundamentals, the stuff I'm talking about, but we're talking about Santa Claus rally, what's going to happen. FSLR, another stock that, quite frankly, good looking chart, has been out of play for so long. I believe you're going to get the push into late December, possibly follow through to January. That's what I'm looking at for all these type of stocks. So look for, these were four I mentioned, look for those type of plays. Stuff that, quite frankly, has been beaten down, very nice bases, They can be heavily shorted stocks. They cannot be heavily shorted stocks. The heavily shorted stocks obviously cause catalysts when they start moving up, and they causes shorts to cover, which we call a short squeeze. So you always have that potential if you're getting long. That's a positive. But look for those type of plays, stuff that really has been off radars for a while, usually mid-cap related, and possibly can give you some sort of uptick into the end of the year. And then lastly, the stuff we've been playing all year long, the Apples, the Googles, the Amazons, the Pricelines, I would continue to look for them to regain some composure at minimum the last 2 weeks of the year. I do believe the Santa Claus rally will live up to its name. If we would have played the calendar the last 3 years, most people would be buying November, December, continue to buy January, February. In March, we start to falter a little bit. We'll have to wait and see if that remains the case. But overall, with this little pullback that we got in this market, I do believe the Santa Claus rally will work. And I am looking at, quite frankly, the stocks that have been beaten down more so than the stocks that, quite frankly, a lot of people have gains on and are looking to take tax selling for tax reasons. Whether that's the most prudent investment or not, that's not for me to call. I'm just looking at the technicals and backing up with my thought process and my experience. So again, the Santa Claus rally. It happens usually the last 2-3 weeks of the year. We get a little bit of a push. A lot of times they happen to be mid-cap stocks, but overall in the market, when the market is basically flapping around, which it's doing right now, and we get that last push towards the end of the year, which I think is going to happen regardless of whether the fiscal cliff happens or not. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Hopefully that prepared you at minimum just to have the right mindset, understanding we have some uncertainty, but uncertainty causes also opportunity. As a trader, you just got to be prepared for it. Good luck, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
Hi, I'm Sean Hendelman of T3 Live, where we train, coach, and mentor traders in order to help you put your money to work with confidence. The T3 Live approach is a blueprint for you to recognize, adapt, and ultimately take advantage of different market conditions. To begin your training with T3 Live, we would like to offer you the opportunity to enroll in our free 30-day online home study course. Fill in your name and email address, and I'll see you on the other side.